right, team. Happy Sunday to everybody. Um, let's get right into our weekly plan here for the ES and some of the things that we're going to be covering. And identify potential targets and um, where we're likely to go for next week. All right. So what you got here is the ES on RTH hours. This is not accounting for any overnight sessions. So we're going to go and have a discussion about what is the expectation for this week. So as I said before, um, I started to look into a couple of things that I like to pay attention to, and I just changed this chart to line chart so you can see the TPO profile in here. This is set up to uh, 1 day, 30 minutes, manual to 2 ticks per row with 70% for value areas. TPO profile and value profile on the right side of the TPO. So the one thing I notice here is, well, first thing we need to do is we need to take a look at, last week and see, from the volumes perspective, go back to Monday at 9:30 right here to Friday closing time 1600. Throw the profile there and see what we get. All right, so here's the profile here. Valeria low 46.99, Valeria high 47.90, and POC 47.67. That is just the total volume for last week. I like those numbers. All right, so but let's get right into targets and see what we got. Um, let me make this line almost invisible so it doesn't bother me much here. Okay, so first thing is first. What you see here in this area after the ES broke out of balance is it reached a 2.5 or 200% extension, um, which is 47.98. Um, that number can be reached during the overnight session, but I would say 92 was close enough for me in RTH. So what we need to do is we need to start identifying opportunities and figure out what kind of information the market provided us with during the Friday session. So what you get here on Friday is you have an inside day. What I mean by inside day, this is Thursday. If you see what it says here in New York, uh, RTH, this is Thursday profile. And on Thursday, when we open, price got down here to this area initially, uh, and we got a nice little bounce from that area. Valeria high from Wednesday came right down here, and from there the rest is history. But having an inside day, which is identified right here, session high, session low, you can see that this label here is a session low. Is if we were to breach that in RTH, what it would mean is that we're going to be in a balance. So right now the ES is one time framing up, but it all depends what happens tomorrow with this inside day. So the first thing. So where are we going to pivot from? So for me, it's going to be very, very simple. Um, I would like to pivot from this area here, which is a session high, 47.80. That's what I like my weekly pivot to be, 47.80. Why 4780? Because I know that if we break above and sustain, then we're going to be looking at higher targets. And I would like to either get long from 4780 or either get short below uh, or on the break of 4757. So that's basically the way that I'm wanted to approach next week. But given the circumstances, uh, I would probably look to for opportunities to play the downside if we get below this area here, 67. So I would place the weekly pivot right here, 4780, uh, just because I know that if we don't get above that area, uh, the play that I'll be looking for is for a short play. That's the way I'm gonna approach it next week. Doesn't mean I'm right. It just means that that's the way that I wanted to uh, tackle uh, the market next week. So 4780 is gonna be my weekly pivot. Let me say 4780, 4790. Let me see. I'm not sure if it was 80. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. How can I forget 4780? Yes, that was the target on Friday. So we're gonna go for it right here. That's my weekly pivot. And obviously, if we were to sustain some sort of momentum below 4780, the target number one for me, it's going to be 4757. So 4757 is what I'll be looking at as potential target number one on the downside. 4757, which is right here. So I got the target to the downside identified and the target to the upside. First one, it would be we're basically going to recycle the prior target that we have in our weekly plan from last week, and the target I'm looking at is 4808, I believe. So that's the one that we spoke about the week before. Um, I think it was on a daily plan. Sorry, not on a weekly plan. 4808, it would be my T1, the upside. So let me get the upside target, 4808. So it's not much, but it's the way it is right now. 4808. So now this first targets are really really simple. Now it's when it gets a little complicated. Is now where can put we where we where can we be potentially going? So first thing I do when I have an insight there, I got additional information the market has provided me with. So I want to take a look and see what would the 100% uh, of this inside day would look like. 100%, 48, 4801, 4802. So that lines up perfectly with the 4808. That's fine. I can use 4808. Um, here's a opening range dominator that this is an opening range that has not been fulfilled yet. So that's going to be your target two, which aligns in between 2.5 and 300% extension of the inside A. So I'm going to go for this one here, 4838. Target number two. I don't know why this chart is so slow. And then target number three. Um, I like to say, hey, it's so hard to play the market up here. Uh, this is at 300%. The max I see is 48, 49 for next week. I mean, it's so close. Anything outside of this, we'll have to address that on uh, with our daily plans. It's just so difficult. We're so stretched out, but whatever. It's what it is. So we'll do the same thing for the downside. Um, so I'll look for 100% extension of that. And look at this. It'll fill the singles here. So we're going to go 47.34. A single prints there. Um, 47.34. Um, I don't expect a lot of activity next week. So I'm also not going to try to predict the market. So, and then we got here, is on here is a lot of singles, and I think this is the value area low. So I think if we were to fill the single prints here, eventually we will get to this, which is the um, 4700, 4699. No, it's a huge ask. Okay, so I gotta change this here. I don't know why this particular chart is so slow. My last target is 46.99. And my T2, 45, 47.35. So from the weekly pivot, I mean it's not a huge range what I'm looking at for next week, but it's an 80 points. Normally I get 100, but 80 points to downside and about 70 points to the upside. So look, I'm not looking for a huge move next week, but targets are targets, and really can't challenge that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's just it's how it works. So let's tabulate some of these targets here. So weekly pivot, we're gonna use 4780. Like I said, value area high. Um, I got it as it was the very tippy toe of the high side here, tippy top. Was 4791. I believe that's what we got. 4791. And the low, we got it at 4697. In the weekly POC, I got it at 4767. And then we talked about targets and downsides, 4757. Down two is for 4735. Down three is 4699, which is also the breakout area from FOMC. To the upside, we got uh, First target is 4808. Second target is 4837 and 4849. That's what we got for next week. I'll copy and paste this information here, and we'll take it from there. Uh, so have a great week. All right. Thank you, guys. Bye.